Hello everyone. In this session, we'll be looking at how to create, edit, copy, and delete training templates in the HUR SmartTouch system. From any screen, just click the wrench icon in the upper right corner. From the drop-down menu, select Training Templates. Below, you'll see a list of training templates that have already been created, assuming at least one has been created. When your equipment is first installed, an initial training template with all of your machines added to it is usually created for you. If you look at the navigation on the left of the screen, you'll see how many training templates you have in total. You can add or create a new template. You can also see how many custom versus default templates that have been set up. To the right of this, you'll see your current training templates. The easiest way to create your own custom training template is to copy one that already exists and then make your changes to it. However, we'll first look at how to create a training template from scratch. You do this by clicking the Add New button with the plus symbol next to it on the left of the screen. As explained at the top of the screen, all green fields are mandatory and must be filled out before you can create your template. You first have to designate a facility for the template, if there's more than one. Then choose a name. Here, you can add a description that will appear in your training template list. Next, select a template category. A template category is a simple classification for the training program. You can designate the template as default or custom. If you would like, you can upload a picture that will appear next to the template name as well. The template will be marked active in blue. Deselecting this makes the template inactive to where you can't assign it to anyone. Fast mode means that the users don't have to select the activity on the machine. Instead, activities are started automatically. Fast mode also overrides relax time between sets if you have that set up. Selecting Update 1RM values means that the 1 repetition maximum values for each performed exercise will be estimated after every visit using the perform load or resistance and repetitions. You can see and set the 1 rep max values by going to a client's profile, clicking Client Reports, then selecting the 1 rep max section. We will go into detail about 1 rep max in another training session. The 1 set per round option here is meant for circuit training, meaning that exercises which have multiple sets can be performed 1 set at a time doing multiple rounds on the machines. Use performed load means that the performed loads of each exercise will be automatically applied to the training program after the visit. This setting is turned off by default when creating a new template. Selecting once will only update the loads after the first visit, after which this update will be turned off. Many people use this option as a way to set the loads for clients on their very first visit. This way, they can use the same template for all or most visitors. Selecting Always means that the loads in the training program will be updated after every single visit. In other words, anytime someone makes a change to the load on the tablet during an activity, up or down, the training program will be updated and save the new load for the next visit. Keep in mind, setting Use Perform Load to Always disables the automatic update feature, which we will discuss shortly. Next, you have the choice between kilograms or pounds. Most in the US, of course, use pounds. The last mandatory field is type, and there are 6 to choose from. The first option is 70% of one repetition maximum. In order to add this template to a client, you first have to set their 1 rep max value for each machine contained in the template. Once you have set the 1 rep max and added this template to a client's profile, the resistance level will automatically set to 70% of the client's 1 rep max value. The next option is 30% of 1 repetition maximum and works exactly the same as the 70% above, except the resistance is set to 30% instead of 70%. The next type is 1 set, load 1 pound. Choosing this option will add all HUR machines under Activities at the bottom of the screen. The selected machines to add to your template will be in blue. Deselected machines are in white. If you wish to remove a machine and not have it added, simply click its name to deselect it. And vice versa, you can reselect it to add it back. Then, when you create your template, all HUR machines will be set to 1 pound, which can then be adjusted as needed, as we will see in a moment. The next option, 2 set, load 1 pound, is exactly the same as above, only it adds 2 sets to each HUR machine activity. 1 set sets load to 30% machines max, does just that, and creates a single set that makes the resistance of each machine to be 30% of the machine's maximum resistance level. The last option is empty template. This allows you to create a template that has no machines. You can then add machines one at a time. That being said, you should not have to utilize this time-consuming feature. It is much quicker to copy previous templates and remove unwanted machines, but if you ever need this, it's here. In this case, I'm going to choose 1 set, load 1 pound. Below this is the options section where you can set number of sets, number of reps, and auto update amount for all machines that are in the template. Auto update is the amount of resistance that will be added after a workout that is overperformed. More about this in a couple of minutes. The last section is Activities, where you will see a list of all machines once you have chosen a template type above, except for empty template, of course. By default, you'll see all of your HUR machine exercises highlighted in blue. If you do not want to include a particular exercise, simply select it and it will turn white and not be added to your template. Lastly, click the Create button at the bottom of the screen and your template will be generated. Once your template is generated, one thing to note. At the bottom of the Basic Information tab, you will now see an Update Style field. This dictates how the automatic load update is applied when an activity has more than 1 set. Each set updates itself means that only sets which have been overperformed are updated. I'll explain overperforming when we talk about the Contained Activities tab. Last set updates all means that if the last set is overperformed, then all sets are updated. If you have to make any adjustments here, click Save Changes. Next, select the Contained Activities tab and you'll see all of the exercises that have been added to your template. Now, let's look at editing your training template. First, next to the word Contained Activities, you'll see a blue number that represents the number of exercises that are in your template. Below that, you'll see a list of all the template activities. The order of the machines here only affects how they appear here and on each of the machine's tablet displays. If you find it easier to organize them in a different way, you can select the lock symbol to unlock them and change their position by clicking and dragging them into a different position. To lock them back into place, simply select the lock symbol again. If there's a missing activity that you would like to add, click the green button with the plus sign. You'll then see a list of available activities appear. Clicking the three dots below will expand the activities and allow you to see all that are available. Keep in mind, if you don't see anything here, all available activities have already been added to your template. Depending on the number of machines and activities you have available to you, you may want to narrow down your search. Do this by searching for specific activities by name, by a tag associated with an activity, or group. To search by group, simply click the drop-down arrow and select the machine category to narrow your search. HUR machine exercises, for example. Then drag and drop the exercise into place, or just double-click on its icon. When finished, simply click the green button with the plus sign to hide the other available exercises. Now, let's look at how to change your current activities to meet your needs. As you select them from the menu on the left, they'll appear on the right-hand side of the screen. From here, you can delete the activity or edit it. Once you click the Edit button, you'll see several options that you can change. You can deactivate the activity by clicking here. You can change the number of sets by clicking the green button with the plus sign. This will duplicate the current set. If you want to remove a set, just click the red button with the minus sign. You can change the relax or rest time between sets. You can adjust the load, which is the resistance level, the number of reps for that set, and the set target heart rate if you are using a heart rate monitor. You can also change the automatic update field. This number, in this case 0.2 pounds, is how much resistance will be added to the activity's load after the current workout if the client overperforms based on the condition you set. This is one of the most incredible features HUR has to offer, so you will want to take your time here and understand it, and know that we are always available to answer questions. To set the update condition, click the blue button with the up arrow. You have load condition and/or repetition condition. You can choose either one or both to be conditions for the automatic update to take place. Load is the resistance or weight, and repetition is the number of times you perform a specific exercise or activity. If you choose load as your condition, in this case I have it set to 5 pounds, if the client increases the resistance on the machine by 5 or more pounds during their workout and finishes their reps, this is considered overperforming, and the next time they come to work out, 0.2 pounds will be added to their resistance for that activity. To state this another way, if the activity's resistance is set to 10 pounds, and the client increases resistance by 5 or more pounds and finishes all repetitions, the next time they come to work out, the resistance will start at 10.2 pounds. If you were to choose repetition as the condition and set it to say 2, in order for the client to overperform and have the 0.2 pound update applied to their next visit, they would have to do their assigned reps plus 2 additional reps. In other words, if the set has 10 repetitions of 10 pounds each, and the client did 12 or more repetitions, the next time they come to work out, the resistance will start at 10.2 pounds. The last option is to require both load condition and repetition condition before an automatic update would happen. Most people choose one or the other, not both. You can also apply the auto update changes that you have made here to all activities within your training template by clicking the Apply All button. In this section, you can include instructions that will be displayed on the machine screen to the user before they exercise. You can also create comments, but they are for staff use only. And finally, you can apply any of your activity edits to all the activities in your training template without having to open each one and make changes. Let's next quickly look at the other three aspects of training templates: editing, copying, and deleting. To edit a current template, from any screen, simply click the wrench icon in the upper right of the screen. From the drop-down menu, select Training Templates. Below, you'll see a list of all training templates that have already been created. Simply click the Edit button associated with the template you want to change, then make any necessary changes as described previously. If you would like to copy a template, then change it for your needs, select the Copy button associated with the desired template. Name your new template, then click the Create button. Now you can open your new template and edit it accordingly. Lastly, if you want to delete a template that you no longer need, simply click the Delete button for that template, then confirm that you want to delete it. This cannot be undone. And that's it. This is the end of the training session regarding creating, editing, copying, and deleting of training templates in the HUR SmartTouch system. I hope this has been helpful, and I wish you and your clients the absolute best.